So get this, from January to May of this year, Americans lost $1.6 billion to scams. Here in Virginia, $265 million in 2023. And according to the FBI, elder fraud is on the rise. So what can we do to keep our loved ones safe? Well, joining me in the studio this afternoon, Norfolk FBI Special Agent in Charge Brian Dugan with some tips and tricks to avoid becoming a victim. Special Agent Dugan, thank you for being here.
You bet.
So let's first talk about how many people, how many seniors in our area are affected by scams.
So the numbers we have are for Virginia, and we've had about 2,700 complaints regarding elder fraud.
And that's this year?
This year.
Okay. So what's the most common scam we're talking about here?
The most common scam that goes after our elders are investment scam, where they're looking for, the bad guys are looking for elders that have made money, have regular income, and then the scam kind of preys on them in their loneliness or their interest in potentially making some additional money, and that's how the scammers hook them.
Yeah, the vulnerability there is a big thing. I'm assuming they can kind of sniff it out maybe. Is that kind of the idea, that they can kind of tell pretty soon if this person could be, you know, maybe a victim?
The bad guys are master manipulators. They know how to manipulate a human being, and especially someone's vulnerable like an elder.
Okay. So how can we help? How can we as family members help our loved ones who happen to be just a little bit older here?
Well, having that open line of communication, looking after our elders, because they're lonely, someone calls them, they get an email, they don't know if it's real or not, and they want to take a bite at the apple and see what's there.
Yeah, what is that? Is there like a technology, I guess, divide outside of just being vulnerable? Is there a technology thing here at play where someone who's just kind of maybe not as savvy when it comes to those types of kind of like grab you, gotcha type of emails and scams?
Yeah, I mean, it's various ways. It could be a phone call, it could be an email, it could be some kind of link on an email. They don't know what they're looking at. And if they're not savvy about it, certainly. But that's why the FBI's emphasis right now, take a beat, is don't react, don't get emotional. The idea these scammers have is to create some urgency. And so if you take a beat, think through it, maybe ask a question, ask for verification, less chance of being susceptible.
And real quickly, let's talk about some of those just warning signs again. For seniors watching, what are the easiest things to look out for when we're talking about these scams, maybe through email or text?
The first thing is, if it looks like it's good to be true, it probably isn't. There's also things, if it comes across online, a lot of times there might be misspelled words. If someone's talking to you over the phone, you can always say, let me call you back. If like they say they're from your bank, say, I'll call you back, and you call your bank and find out it's not really them. So there's a lot of different ways to keep your guard up.
All right, Agent Dugan, thank you for being here. Stay with us, though, because when we come back at 4:30, we're going to talk more about impersonation scams and how they're affecting people right here in Hampton Roads.